without further ado, here we are.
One of the observations I had shortly after my time at PayPal was that first I look back at my time at PayPal and I realized like 90% of all of our growth came from like 5 things.
Oh, wait, how?
So early on, before I got there, they got onto eBay and sellers started using it. And then they wrote a bot to start bidding on eBay items and pretending to be a buyer and asking if they would accept PayPal. And the sellers were like, oh, well, yeah, sure. And so eBay was a huge early growth engine. Then reaching out to web developers, because that's the people who are implementing e-commerce. And then we figured out that about the time I got there, they figured out that a lot of e-commerce sites just get built on a platform, like the early versions of Shopify type businesses. So we reached out to all the shopping carts and hosting companies and got pre-integrated with all of those. And there were, a few more things, international expansion and a few others, but really not many.
Okay. And what's your sense of how many things the team tried to grow, of which 5 worked?
Right. So that's the rub, right? Yeah. They didn't just do 6 things. Like when I left, they had 24,000 employees. They were spending $5 billion a year on stuff. So they tried hundreds of things and launched dozens of products and wasted money on campaigns that didn't work. And it didn't matter because they were printing money. But if you're a little startup and you've got 12 months of runway and $1 million in the bank, you don't have that luxury. So in order to be successful, you've got to figure out, if you assume that 90% of your growth is going to come from 10% of the stuff you do, you've got to find that 10% as quickly as possible. And that's what we help startups do.
Oh, 90% of your growth. So